Film friends, friends of film, and everyone in between. Welcome to the Film Folklore Podcast. I am Jed Props, and I am joined today by Heather Ray Costumes.
Hiya.
Penny Camera.
Hello.
And, of course, my ride or die, Justin Sound.
Hello.
Is that
That's
fair?
so sweet of you, Jed.
Well, I was about to say, is that fair and okay to say, Justin?
Oh, yeah, of course.
You
Ride or die.
need to be left alone for a minute. Shall we
Well,
exit for a moment?
I wanted to
and
do
give
a
you
little
some privacy.
I want to do a little callback to season one because I used to give Justin very flattering adjectives, and he was the only one getting the
butterfly
adjectives.
Kisses.
And he was like, "You can't give me those because
That's right. I missed those.
because no one else is getting them." And so yeah. So Justin is calling from a confidential location because, again, season one references. I'm trying to encourage people to go back and listen to season one because he's trying to meet up with Joe, AD, and any luck, Justin?
Trying to find Joe.
Yeah.
Trying to find him.
Yeah.
No luck. I've searched almost every dumpster
Well, then there's nowhere else.
in this place.
Try a different town. Next town
Definitely-
over.
Or you've missed a dumpster.
Have you
Or I missed a dumpster.
Clearly.
have you tried gerrymander yet in maybe Casablanca?
Not yet. I haven't made it to Casablanca yet.
All right. Well, keep us posted.
Okay.
The legend of Joe still grows. Justin, we were giving Carmen Sandiego references to when he wasn't here. And then I was running out of names. It was getting harder and harder to come up with Carmen Sandiego. Anyway. All right, everybody. Enough of all that. It's our first SOS episode of season 3. And as a refresher, SOS is for safety on set and full transparency. Today's story could have just as easily been a legendary lore, but because this involves death and there were no issues to speak of involving the production aspects of this bizarre tale, I put us in the SOS category.
And we're coming in cold. Penny and I are coming in cold.
Yes.
Because Jed wouldn't tell us anything. Apparently, he wants the big reveal.
We're curious.
I gave 3 topic options to the team, and the mystery teaser made this a unanimous pick. So I'm guessing y'all love a good mystery. Is that fair to say?
We'll see. Let's go.
It's a big fat yes for me.
Okay. Now, do you like a good mystery novel?
Yes.
Do you like it maybe with like a tea and a bath, like an Agatha? That's how I imagine like a Danielle Steele or Agatha Christie read.
No,
Wow, those are two vastly different authors.
but they still involve like a alone time in a like soothing.
So
setting.
it's lady reading
It
in the
feels like
bath.
lady
Is
read.
that what you're
I
saying?
mean, I would do it if somebody told me the right book. I mean,
Can I just,
You can
from
do
experience,
a lady read anytime you want.
yeah, but they
Jed.
have like 100 books.
I learned in like 1978, don't read in the bathtub because then you have to buy the book again. I have fallen asleep, dropped the book in the bath, and I had to buy a new Judy Blume.
I feel like the new book is the least of your concerns if you're falling asleep in the bathtub, Penny.
Yeah, it's probably not. Yeah.
So, anyway.
As long as the book is not a toaster, right?
That's also yeah. So don't fall asleep with your iPad in the tub.
Oh, definitely don't do that.
I mean, that's just more of a cost issue.
Is that charge strong enough?
Ask
I don't
for a
think so.
friend.
And if you're
No.
making toast, make sure it's on the other side of the room.
Penny's
Apple comes
happy.
out with a toaster for Christmas next year.
The way things are going, that's going to be a big sell.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry, I just went real dark, y'all.
I feel like that's an
Real
Onion
dark.
article that hasn't been written yet.
Take it and run with it, Onion. It's all yours.
Yeah, we only want like a small percentage.
Just a little shout out in the paper. That's fine.
And some money.
So let's jump in because this is a lot of info and we're going to try and keep it as condensed as we can. So before I forget, sources for today's episode come from Wikipedia, IMDb, 1998 episode of a BBC show called Time Watch, and the episode was called The Oklahoma Outlaw. and a history podcast called Biographics and their episode on this topic. So shout out to those people as well. This story, by the way, has been covered numerous times on all sorts of media over the years, and yet somehow most of us still don't know this insane story. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to offer it up to y'all. So here we go. Shall we begin?
Tell us, Judd. Tell us.
Oh, story time. So let's start with the $6 Million Man. Who wants to talk about the $6 Million Man?
I mean, I have a vague recollection of seeing it on TV when I was a kid, but I was young, like young, because that was like...
I think it was already in syndication when I remember it.
That maybe for you,
Yeah.
But I mean, I feel like it was on, but again...
I mean, I definitely saw it. No doubt about that.
I remember the sound.
Oh.
I definitely saw first runs. Never missed an episode. Great show.
There you
Also
go.
watched it along
That's
with
the one.
the Bionic Woman.
That's the one. I'm
It's
sorry.
the jumping noise.
Yeah.
You can jump over a building. It was a great show.
It was. And the Bionic Woman spinoff came... because
Like a year or two later, I think.
yeah, because the $6 Million Man was only like 5 seasons, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
When I was doing research for this, the big surprise that I did not remember from what I do remember of the show was he had a mustache for part of the show. Like, no mustache in the beginning, and then almost like he's his own evil twin. Lee Majors had this like kind of pencil stash.
Really?
I know. I was like, when I was looking at it, I was like, wait, am I looking at the correct Steve Austin, or am I looking at
Bizarro Steve Austin?
That's what I was thinking it was, and then I realized no, he just had a mustache like season 3, season 4. Like it's anyway.
How many
I get that
seasons was
sentiment.
there?
I change it up from time to time.
As
It's
as
a mustache thing.
mustachioed man myself. So
Lee Majors,
I want to hear
y'all.
some. I want to see some like varied facial hair from both of you on the next show, since you know.
oh, I can
Yeah,
shave it anyway.
I
you
want like
want.
mutton chops.
This dumb thing takes like 2 weeks
I
to
think
make full.
You just need to like shave this. I want like all this and none of this.
Oh, you want like the full like over the top
Mutton chops.
the mutton. Well, mutton
Well,
chops
mutton
came to
chops
a stop.
Yeah, you're right.
It's not
Well,
the
start
handlebar.
with this. Start with
Huh.
this, and just shave this, and then we'll go from there and see. Where
I have to do a
we
little
need
Google
to
search
go.
to figure out what's the one that's all but butt chin, and that's B-U-T chin. All right. Anywho, we're off to a great start.
Yeah, no tangents here, folks.
Um,
This is what happens when we're free.
I know, right?
Like,
Penny,
chaos.
do you want to give like a synopsis, or would you like me to just go with the IMDb? I think you'd give a better synopsis. That's what I'm asking. $6 Million Man specific.
I haven't really looked at any of those episodes since I was in single digits.
Oh.
So you are probably more versed with the IMDb read.
Okay. I mean,
I did watch the show and it was
Well, we were
fun,
talking
but
about
I
it
don't
off
remember
mic, so-
specifics other than it was like a cops and robbers type show with a guy
Spy.
who was rebuilt.
Yes,
a spy.
he's rebuilt.
Rebuilt with all kinds of bionics.
So
He's
according-
basically Inspector Gadget.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Thank you.
So-
So IMDb, after a severely injured test pilot is rebuilt with nuclear-powered bionic limbs and implants,
Because why not?
he serves as an intelligence agent. That is the IMDb synopsis. Now,
Is this like
I forgot about the airplane.
pre-AI? Is this what this is? Like,
well,
is
no,
this-
it's nuclear technology.
Oh,
Totally
my
different.
bad.
It's right.
like
It's Iron Man,
pre-Wolverine.
right? That's what he used.
Yeah, exactly. It's Iron Man. Except
Yeah.
it was just a nuclear heart for Iron Man.
Or
Well, for Tony.
a little
whatever.
Wolverine, maybe. Or no, not Wolverine.
Well,
I think it's supposed to be like the $6 Million Man.
yeah.
I meant like the
Now here's fun.
skeletal structural support type things of the Bionic Man compared with the Wolverine
So
with his adamantium skeleton.
here's a fun question for y'all.
Just nobody likes that comparison. Whatever.
No.
Okay, moving on.
I did.
No, I get it. I definitely get it. Penny.
I did.
No one gets me.
I'm trying to pull the oars. Here we go. So, if the show is made today in terms of inflation, what do y'all think it would be called?
The $6 million show.
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
Oh.
I'm asking what $6 million is in today money.
I'd say it's at least 4 times, if not 5 times the amount.
Well, keep-
70 billion.
$30 million, $35 million man.
You're in the neighborhood.
The $1 trillion man.
It'd be the $44 million man.
Okay.
Oh, you actually
That
know
was
the answer.
lowballing.
Look at you, preparedness.
Oh, well, it comes up a lot on this
He
show.
has the notes.
And I got in the habit of just like going ahead and figure it out because eventually somebody's going to ask.
4 million.
Also, my oldest brother, who is a former career military, now retired, he's had so many surgeries that I've often referred to him as the $6 million man, but he's not cool bionic. He's just metal plated a lot. But he's still moving. Here we go. The episode in question is from season 4, episode 18, called Carnival of Spies. And this short summary will help with nothing, but, quote, a scientist covers up his sabotage of a B-1 bomber experiment.
Okay.
A much better summation from a reviewer, I'm going to butcher this, Coltrus35 on IMDb. Steve Austin investigates an East German scientist who fakes a heart attack while in the U.S. under the guise of attending a science conference. The trail leads him to a traveling carnival staffed with an assortment of dubious characters. Steve Austin uncovers an elaborate missile launching device that is disguised within several carnival rides and is located in close proximity to the test flight of a new B-1 bomber. Woo!
So wait, was $6 million man setting, or was he trying to
No,
find the
no.
nuclear?
The East German spy.
They put it in one of the rides, all of the rides.
It just says multiple rides.
Some rides.
Yeah, several carnival rides.
Okay, got it.
And let's all remember the Cold War for a moment. At least
Shall we start talking about Rocky IV again?
Well, I was just going to say how far we've come. Wait.
yeah. I know
Anywho.
this is hitting a little too close to home
I
there,
know.
Jed.
So, anywho's. So the fairground location, that was air quotes if you're listening, they shot at was the Pike Amusement Zone in Long Beach, California. Unfortunately, this is all gone today. That area today is known as the Pike Outlets. You can kind of imagine what's there, like most of America. It's outdoor dining and shopping. The original amusement park officially closed in 1979, just 3 years after the $6 Million Man shot this fated episode. So, the art department wanted to create a spooky atmosphere during a chase scene where Steve Austin is chasing this East German spy through a funhouse. They didn't need to do a lot of work, really, because the Laugh in the Dark, and that's LAFF, funhouse was already a pretty weird-looking funhouse because this amusement park was kind of dated, as you can imagine, 3 years before it closed. So it was already unintentionally creepy.
So basically, it had like the 1970s plastic.
I've seen video.
Plastic
A
masks.
patina type,
Yeah, I recommend
wear and tear kind of thing.
the BBC show, that Time Watch that I referenced. You can find it on YouTube, and they have a lot of video of that. And you can see the weirdness of it.
And Jed will post a link.
And I
In
will
the show
magically
notes.
post a link with the help of other people. So it's not abundantly clear who made the discovery first, but it's generally reported that the art director, which, if this is true, by the way, it's 100% craft violation, was moving some set pieces around. And there was a dummy hanging above by a noose, and it was brought down to be dressed in elsewhere. Upon moving this dummy and closer inspection, it looked almost lifelike. The man thought, if this
Was it Randy?
It was not.
Allegedly?
Well, first of all, Randy's heavy AF.
Yeah,
and,
Randy.
because
Seriously,
he's a
Randy.
man.
Whoa.
Well, technically, Randy's purpose is for training, like if you're a firefighter or something like that. So he has to weigh realistically. Anyway.
Allegedly.
He's still really heavy.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
No, he's human heavy. So this dummy was brought down. The guy was like, if this is a paper mache or a wax dummy, there shouldn't be any genitals. So he decided to move the arm out of the way that was covering that spot. And then the arm broke off. No harm, no foul. It's just an old figure. Wait a minute. it was obvious that a bone and tissue was sticking out of the appendage. Described as it looked like beef jerky wrapped around a bone.
Mm-hmm. Seen that.
And then looked at the now exposed crotch and, quote...
Wait.
Oh, you're not
What?
ready for it? You're not ready for it?
What, Penny?
I've seen a dead body.
You've seen beef jerky wrapped around what now?
A
A
bone.
bone.
Like you've seen a dead body that has gotten to that point of.
In the heat of New Orleans, yes.
Oof.
It's a story for another day. But
Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interject.
I couldn't just let that slide through. I seen it. I seen it.
Are you the only one who hasn't seen bodies that have been mummified? All
In
right,
real
whatever.
life?
All right, never mind.
I think so.
I'm kidding.
Apparently.
I know.
Allegedly.
I was willing to just gloss over it, but I'm kind of happy.
sorry.
I'm kind of happy you stopped
Whoa.
because that is fair. Like, wait a minute, why do you know what that looks like? So yeah. Then looking back at the now exposed crotch, and quote, indeed they were there, shriveled a bit, but there.
Wait,
End
another
quote.
talk. Wait, I'm sorry. Back up. We're talking about the crotch. We went from the arm to the crotch.
Yep. So
Okay.
basically,
Still attached.
So basically,
Petrified penis.
this guy was like
Pee-pee.
the hand. So the arm. So the arm was down. The arms are down in a downward
Like
position,
covering the-
and one arm was more so
It
covering
was a
the
shy
crotch, essentially.
mummy.
And so when he goes to move the arm breaks. And so at first he's like, oh, crap. Well, I can fix that. It's wait a minute. And then when he looks back at the now exposed crotch, he sees, quote, indeed they were there, shriveled a bit, but there, end quote.
Do you think he
there's
tried
nothing... Oh, I'm
Go
sorry.
ahead. No,
Go-
no.
So is the dummy clothes? No clothes
No
on the
clothes.
dummy? Okay.
No.
Okay.
They just thought it was a really sick, like really
old
well
weathered
done
dummy.
I mean, it's old and creepy, you know? I mean,
Like from the first
Do you
days of
think he-
Macy's.
Do you think he
Kinda
didn't
dumb.
realize that,
Gen 1 Macy's dummy.
like Kim Cattrall style?
Hey, if
Mannequin.
you listen to enough true crime, this
Oh,
is an
mannequin.
example where it really wasn't a mannequin, but they thought it was a mannequin. All right, so needless to say, this shock turned into a police presence and coroner's removal of the body. It was taken to the LA County morgue, and an autopsy was performed. It was immediately clear that the body had gone through a lot of abuse over the years, and it barely weighed in at 50 pounds. This body had also been painted several times over the years as well.
How old did they say how old this body, like how long it had been?
I'm glad you
Like
asked.
around?
painted with flesh-colored paint. To,
That
like,
was the
touch it
question
up,
that I
or,
forgot.
like,
But yeah, we're back.
I'm glad you asked, because the first puzzling clue was when the cause of death was determined to be gunshot. And the bullet retrieved was a copper-jacketed bullet dated to the turn of the century.
Ooh.
And his dick was still there?
Shriveled.
Sorry. I mean, that's...
But I believe it
I
was
mean-
shriveled, but there.
So he's mummified.
So he is
So,
fully
yeah, so-
mummified.
Okay.
So
Isn't there a process that needs to happen for... Oh, I guess not. Anyway.
you're asking the right question.
Okay, all right.
Wait.
Yes.
I think painting might do the trick.
So
Yeah.
What it needs
Had
is
he-
another coat.
had he already been like inspected before as a dead? Was he already like gone through an autopsy and like an
Nope.
autopsy and
This
embalming?
is the first.
This is the first time this body has been discovered, and it's a mummified body.
That has
And the
been
first
around for
autopsy.
100 years.
It's been around
or
for
75 years or whatever.
So
Well, they found a bullet in
Like,
him, so that
yeah.
would be the
70 years.
first. Yeah.
and so
Okay.
the question becomes, who is this person and how did they get there?
and they've actually will find out these answers.
Yes, we will.
That's so cool. Okay. So intrigued.
Here we go. So inside the mouth, someone had shoved a coin and a ticket stub that gave the first lead.
Shut up.
Investigators searched for Louis Sonny's fun house and found his son, Dan Sonny, as his father was deceased. This is when the body's name, Elmer McCurdy, was revealed.
Elmer McCurdy.
I know, I had to say it like that.
Elmer.
Well, I got to take us back to the turn of the century, right? And you're out in the
Everybody talk like that then.
Elmer McCurdy.
Everybody knows that.
Sure.
Talk from the back of your throat, Elmer
Yeah.
McCurdy.
You just have to keep trying to swallow while you talk. Elmer McCurdy. All right. So I don't know who that was offensive to, but it was offensive to someone.
It wouldn't be a podcast if I,
I know,
didn't
right?
offend somebody.
Did we offend you just now? Write into filmfolklorepodcast@gmail.com and tell us why.
Please
Yeah,
write.
and you're the one with the dirty mind.
I know,
Just
right?
making sound effects.
And now,
And don't forget to subscribe when you do it.
yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. And also this. Because why not? So there we go. We'll crack.
See what happens when you're not here, Justin?
I know. We go
Good
from a
Lord.
crack. You know
Oh,
what?
I know.
You know what it is? We
Oh,
go
I
from
know.
a crack operation to an operation on crack. There we go.
Yep.
Yeah.
So this is where we will go back in time. Are you ready? That was my bad, Huey Lewis. All right. So who the fuck was Elmer McCurdy? Born in Bangor, Maine in 1880, according to Army records, Elmer was the son of Sadie McCurdy and an unknown man. There were rumors it was a cousin, but that's all speculation at this point. Because she was young and unmarried, her older brother, George, did her a solid by that day's standard. And he and his wife, Helen, adopted Elmer so she could save face and not be branded a pariah. Because this is small town America in 1880. But soon thereafter, tragedy fell when George died of tuberculosis in 1890. After this, Sadie moved in to help Helen with the children and the house. It was in this time that Elmer learned Sadie was his true mother. In the beginning, this was fine, and eventually Sadie and Elmer got a new place together. And then Elmer became a teenager. That just basically
Happens to the worst of us.
I know, and the worst of his teenageness, whatever you want to call it, is he began drinking a lot. So he was a teenager that was drinking a lot. So that made him pretty much an asshole.
That
So
was big in the turn of the century.
oh yeah,
What else
so
you gonna do?
so he became
Screw.
resentful.
Sorry, I couldn't let that one go.
What? Oh my God! What is that? Blazing Saddles. That's one of my favorite lines.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you? What is he like? No. What is the line? What do you like to do? I don't know. Screw. Play chess. Well, let's play chess. All right. So, he was described at the time as being unruly and rebellious, ultimately running away from home in 1895. He eventually does move in with his grandfather, who was a master plumber, and took young Elmer under his wing as an apprentice. By all accounts, Elmer was quite good at this. He even moved back in with his mom, so it kind of seemed like,
Back on track.
back on
Off the
track
sauce.
and off the sauce and getting
Back on track.
and getting out of that teenage rebellion.
But it's so good.
But then
Aw.
tragedy strikes again. In 1901, his mom and grandfather both die within the same year unexpectedly from different illnesses. With no one really left in his life, he sets out into the world, drifting around for a few years, doing odd jobs or working as a plumber or miner.
How old was he at this point?
In 1901, he would have been 21.
Okay.
So
Full-on adult.
Yeah, so he's a full-on adult. He's past those nasty teenage years. So during this time, he was going by aliases like Charles Smith. It's unclear as to exactly why, but it's fair to say he was dodging a legal issue possibly, or more likely he was just trying to avoid his Irish name. Because
McCurdy.
this was still very much a time when Irish discrimination was very much alive. And I know it's kind of hard to think in today's standards. But yeah, just having the name was bad.
Yeah, Americans got to be discriminating against somebody.
Yeah. Well, you can take everyone out of the equation and leave white people to white people, and they'll still find someone. So,
Exactly.
my friend calls it Iowa. But anyway, where you can still hear Polish jokes today.
True.
All right.
We love some of you, Iowa.
Yeah.
We love some of you.
Filmfolklorepodcast@gmail.com.
just the
Shout
nice
out
one.
to Tim.
just the nice Iowans.
Yeah.
We like the nice ones.
So the main problem he was having at this time in his life was, unfortunately, again, the booze. Elmer loved his booze, and he was definitely living as an Irish stereotype. So fast forward a little bit to 1907, he joined the Army after seeing a recruitment ad, and he did one stint before being honorably discharged. So again, seems like he's kind of back on track. And also, this is going to be important in a moment. So after the Army, Elmer found himself back at square one in Kansas now, after burning through all of his Army money on
Booze?
You guessed it.
Tag. Elmer.
Elmer.
This is where Elmer takes a
together,
turn
bruh.
for the worse. He runs into an Army acquaintance that gets him involved in some shady business, resulting in an arrest and short jail time. This results in Elmer meeting another criminal while awaiting trial, and later meets up with him and his gang. I am
Gateway crime.
Yeah, gateway crime. I'm glossing over a lot of here for time. So again, I highly recommend going to either that Biographics podcast, or if you want really in depth, go with that Time Watch episode. They decided to rob a train, and Elmer is brought in specifically for his explosive expertise.
Were they in a stagecoach?
Not a stagecoach. That would have been cool, though, right?
That's not to be confused with explosion expertise, right?
Yes. The reason that he is brought in for his quote unquote expertise is, and that's a term we should be using extremely loosely, because he sort of learned how to use nitroglycerin while in the Army.
Sort of.
So their target was to rob a train known as the Iron Mountain train. And that is where Elmer gets to the safe, essentially, and using the nitroglycerin he's brought on, he sets an explosion to get the safe door off. Only he doesn't seem to understand the amount of nitro he should be using.
No.
Hence the sort of.
Yes, he blows the safe door clean off the safe. It goes across the train car and through the wall, exiting the train car altogether. The explosion was so intense that the silver coins they were trying to get inside got melted together, so he couldn't even steal that. Oh, wow. Which means they only made off with about $450 worth of silver coins.
How much
But
is
they
that
learn
worth?
things.
How much is that worth today,
But
Jen?
they learn things.
Well, the $4,000 in silver coins that got melted together would be about $135,000 today.
Oh, wow.
So the $450 would be, I don't know what, like maybe eight grand or something like that. But then they got to split it multiple ways. So, needless to say, the gang was not happy, and they went their separate ways with the pittance that they had gotten from that.
But they're not the ones that shot Elmer McCurdy.
No.
Okay.
No. In fact,
I thought they might have been.
it
It
kind
was
of
leading that way.
I thought you were going to say one of the coins, like,
I mean,
Oh, it
shot
ricocheted.
through him, and that was actually what the bullet was. That would have been cool.
that would have been cool.
Yeah, we write that movie.
No. Elmer, I guess you could silver lining say, got no pun on silver. Got lucky because that gang got arrested by a posse shortly thereafter.
Ooh.
So, but the fact that he split from them, maybe they fired him, however you want to put it, it allowed him to continue his little criminal streak here. So the second attempt is now with a different gang, and again he's brought in for his expertise. So at this point, they're at a bank, and he goes to blow up the bank vault door.
Hopefully having learned something.
I was hoping, but apparently this is not going to be the case.
No.
No, indeed.
There were no adjustments made whatsoever.
Whatever adjustments he may have made did not go well. Maybe
Well, the bank door is a lot stronger,
right. So
so maybe it'll be a more suitable explosion.
Right. So that's a good question. Is the
Oh,
logic
that
that
is a
he was
good
like,
point
so
to
I should
bring up,
stick with the
Justin.
same amount
Right?
His math wasn't mathing.
or only increase by a little bit? Yeah, his math definitely was not
There's
mathing.
definitely no math happening.
He blows the vault door off off of the bank safe, and again, too much nitro, and the massive explosion trashes the entire vault area, and obviously made a boom that the entire 5-mile radius heard.
Oh shit!
So so that turns into everyone panicking, and they just grabbed some silver coins that were there in a nearby tray and ran.
But those didn't melt?
No, because they were far enough away from the blast. Unfortunately, it was
So
only
the coins in that vault also melded together.
well. Thinking of a
That's
bank
dumb,
safe.
motherfucker.
Think of a bank safe. That was just getting the vault door off. Inside, you still have like the security safety deposit
Yeah.
drawers, and you still have other
More
like
barriers to cross
Yeah,
through.
exactly. So in their panic, they're basically like, "Here's some coins," and then they ran. They got $150 in coins.
Ooh, they're going backwards.
They are going backwards, and
Not learning a thing.
don't worry.
Robbing banks is not seeming to pay off.
We're going to continue to go backwards.
Oh, shut up. Okay.
Good
I mean,
Lord,
continue,
Elmer.
actually.
So this doesn't go well either. And Elmer's like, maybe I shouldn't be in the criminal game anymore. And so he finds his way into the, is it the Osage Nation? I might be mispronouncing that, but I believe it's Osage. Excuse me, in the Oklahoma area. And he ends up as a ranch hand on this farm in rural Oklahoma. And he's having a decent life there. I mean, he's not making a lot of money, but the owner of the ranch, who is a native by birth, but he's been, I guess you can say, westernized, oh my God, that's something in that BBC episode, because that episode is from the 90s. So they're also interviewing people who were still alive or descendants of at the time.
Oh, wow.
And so you're stuck. I mean, it really is called time watch. You're stuck in a time frame where it's like they're doing that thing where they're being unintentionally racist, where they're just saying, I'm trying to think of an example where it's like
Calling people colored folk and stuff like that.
Not to that level, but essentially like going like, I mean, he was a full-on Indian. He wasn't wearing like a blanket or anything. He was wearing clothes like you and me wear. But I mean, it was just like that kind of talk, you know? So,
Wow.
but then they're also talking endearing about him and what a nice guy. And, it's Uncle Joe, kind of thing. So anyway, window into an older time. He catches word that there is a train that is going to be carrying a large sum of money on it because the Osage Nation is actually getting a lot of money from the government because there's a lot of oil that was discovered on their land. And so this train was supposed to be basically delivering payment money for oil. And Elmer goes and he finds a couple people to do this job with him.
See what happens when you fuck with the indigenous?
Yeah, there you
Karma
go.
coming for you.
Oh, don't worry. This is karma times
I mean,
1,000.
we know he dies,
Yeah.
so yes, karma does get him.
Somebody needs to put him just out of his misery. He is
Well,
not having a good time of
Poor
it.
Elmer.
I'm really curious how y'all are going to feel at the end of this entire thing.
He's certainly not a protagonist I'm behind just yet.
No. And so he asks his boss if he can leave for a few days. And his boss is like, yeah, sure. And so he goes and meets up with these guys with the intent to rob this train of $400,000 in coin, which in today money is around 13.1 million. So this is way bigger than anything else he was coming across.
Is he going to melt it with nitroglycerin again?
I think that was his plan. No, I'm kidding. There's only one way out of this, and that's nitroglycerin.
Only one way into it as well.
I know. I wonder if this was the premise for that movie Duck You Sucker. It was a spaghetti western with anyway. So dynamite was his choice of weapon.
Just like Wile E. Coyote.
Yeah. So everything was good to go. Had the nitroglycerin ready. The problem was they got the wrong train.
No
Of
fucking
course
way.
they did.
Upon realizing that this was not the train carrying
That tracks.
400,000,
This is the best.
Nothing.
I mean,
nice.
it's
Thanks,
just a calamity
Justin.
and criminal activity. So they made off with $46, a conductor's watch, I believe the conductor's coat, and some jugs of whiskey. It's not really specific. I couldn't find how many jugs, but we'll say somewhere between 2 and 4.
And
All I
Elmer
know is
drank
they
them
had
all.
X's on the jugs themselves.
And Elmer,
Yes.
Elmer drank them all, right?
Yeah.
Oh, don't worry. He did take his share, which was 1 jug. He basically returns to the ranch. He is getting drunk in the barn when a posse arrives who had gotten a tip from one of his cohorts who had gotten caught. And they basically said that I was trying to do this job with this guy named Elmer McCurdy. Elmer McCurdy, I tell you. And so they get there, and they're like, "We're looking for Elmer McCurdy." And the owner of the ranch says, "Well, I don't know an Elmer, but we got a Frank McCurdy here." And they're like, "Well, we'd like to speak with him." So he goes and he says, "Hey, Elmer, there's a group of guys here that want to talk to you." And Elmer says, "Will you do me a favor? Will you hang out with me for a little while and drink this whiskey and maybe help me finish it?" So the owner, they sit down in a
While the posse's waiting,
Oh,
he
yeah.
says, "Let's have a drink."
oh yeah, and so
Interesting game plan.
no, I love
He,
this.
I think he knows what's about to happen.
Yeah. So, what I like about this is that Elmer essentially, yes, to your point, Justin, he knew what was going to happen. He gets his boss basically to sit down and hang out with him and finish off this whiskey. And I think he had a little bit of food to eat. And then
Because the trial was about to happen.
and he said, "Well, you can go
Carried out.
Well, he said, "You can go let that posse know that I'm going to come out shooting." And so his owner obliges and says, "All right." And so he goes and tells the posse, he says, "Elmer's going to come out, but he's going to come out shooting." They go, "All
Just
right."
the heads up.
Yeah. So you might want to get all your guns out of your holsters and trained on over here where he's coming from.
I'm going to go over there,
yeah.
way far away.
Suicide
You guys
by cop.
handle your thing.
Yeah. I mean,
Suicide by
It
posse,
is
then.
suicide by posse, essentially.
Wow.
Let's also keep in mind, he just drank a ton of whiskey. I'm assuming he has a high tolerance given his penchant for booze, but at the same time, not the smartest of plans, but I guess this is how he was like, I'm going to go out.
Survives the posse shooting?
No, he doesn't.
Okay, cool.
In fact, he is shot multiple times. But one particular bullet didn't go through him. It stayed in there to be found in 1976.
Wow.
So that's 1911 when he is shot and killed. Now, he is taken to the local mortician, essentially the underkeeper, or undertaker, and this guy Joseph Johnson, he embalmed McCurdy and waited for someone to claim him.
So he was embalmed.
Well, he was embalmed like a normal embalming.
Okay.
Um,
What's an abnormal embalming?
well, you'll hear in a second.
okay.
There are
there's
other
more.
elements that play into how he gets to the state that he's found in. So
I'm telling you, it's got to be the paint, right? It's the
Oh,
paint.
no. The paint's just
Is he
insult
filled
injury.
with cotton or something?
The idea back then is that, like, if someone sometimes would arrive like this to the undertaker, that they would go ahead with the embalming process for the preservation, but then they're waiting for someone to come claim them, so then they can also say, "Hey, why don't you pay for the embalming? You can take the body." The problem was nobody was coming to claim him because he's in Oklahoma. And the only people that might know who he is are way back in Maine, and most of them are dead too. So no one's coming to get this guy. Johnson, because it's 1911, decided to put him on display and charge for looksies because that's what you could do in 1911.
Hey,
Gotta make that
sideshows were
money.
where it's at.
Well, he wanted to recoup some money spent on the embalming. Now, here's the thing. He advertised him as the embalmed bandit. And he was like that for 5 years. And
How much money did he make in 5 years off of the embalmed bandit?
well, I mean, we can ballpark. It was a nickel a looksy. I don't know if you say,
Come see the embalmed man.
Yeah.
I mean,
Only a nickel.
and they're in a small town, 3 to 5 looksies a day. So, I mean, let's call it 15 to 25 cents and
not a lot.
a few
Okay.
dollars a week, maybe.
We don't even want to upcharge that to today's dollar amounts.
And
do
how
we?
much did
It's
it
probably-
cost to embalm somebody in 1911?
I mean, I would say over a 5-year
37
period.
cents?
Well, then he recouped his money.
That's what I was
It's
about to say. He probably recouped his money over a 5-year period.
good. 7 cents.
And I
$380 in today's money.
I guess I should. I'm going to throw this in here because I
Formaldehyde.
don't know where else to throw this in.
No, I'm kidding.
So during this 5-year period, the local kids took an affection to Elmer as a prop, essentially. And they actually would put roller skates on the body and take it roller skating.
They weekend at Bernie.
They
And who's
totally
Weekend at Bernie's?
Total Weekend at Bernie's.
Totally.
Is this
Nice.
where Weekend at Bernie's idea?
I mean,
It
somebody
could very
watched
well
all
be.
these documentaries.
I mean, that movie did come out in the 80s, very soon after this body was discovered on the $6 Million Man.
Holy shit!
I mean,
That's a
it
fair
could have
point.
been they discovered this like you did, and they went, "Oh, we
Busted.
got a movie right here."
They're like, all right, you heard about
I
this
mean-
McCurdy character? What if he's
the
like
boss.
a low-level mobster type guy, and there's these
and
two
these
guys
two
that are just
jackoffs
kinda-
come over.
Yeah. My God,
It's a hit.
I think we're onto something. y'all.
from now on,
Start watching
that is
old
now fact.
documentaries.
I don't care whatever the
Whatever the
real
truth
story is. Yeah.
It don't matter.
We have just
Weekend at
history.
McCurdy's.
All right. So in 1916, 2 men claiming to be distant relatives to McCurdy came to claim the body. Only then for Elmer to end up in Patterson's traveling circus show. They were, in fact, 2 brothers with the name Patterson. So now Elmer is going out on the vaudeville traveling circus circuit.
He's a
Wait,
troubadour now.
so did the Pattersons steal him,
Yes.
basically?
Yes.
All right, yeah. All right.
They basically came and paid for that embalming.
A little bit of
So once
fraud
again, that recruit
happened.
the
Oh,
money
so
was
they
recouped.
paid for.
We'll call it
Yeah.
fraud.
Yeah,
you know?
but I mean, technically, it's illegal to take the body when you're not the family. So yes, it was.
Nobody
illegal.
cared in 19.
Yeah, were there any
16,
defaming of a
nobody
corpse
cared.
type criminal laws on the books at this time? or
Not the one kind that should have been there. And also,
Burying people
I
in their
mean, you were
backyard.
still allowed to
with
rape
a
your wife back
cross.
then.
Yeah.
So,
Well, and the-
maybe you could defame a corpse too.
that good old rule of thumb too. Don't forget about that.
Oh,
Hey, let me see that stick. All right, you got lucky. Please continue beating your wife now. Horrible times. So,
should marry somebody with a skinny thumb.
what did you see in this guy? Have you seen his thumbs? They're like the
Those
skinniest
thumbs.
thumbs I've ever seen on a man.
It really gets me going.
And it works in my favor. Oh my God.
We were joking about beatings.
Yes, that is where we're at. So 1922, name you might have heard earlier, Louis Sonny acquired Elmer to be displayed in a museum of crime. He had created a wax museum of a bunch of criminals and everything like that. And so basically, again, answering, I guess, your question of what's legal here, he basically puts Elmer on display as if he's not a real person.
So he's the one that starts painting him.
Yes. Now, well, he goes through a series of
Revivings?
abuses of a corpse. This is just
Revivings is a way better word.
yeah. I mean, indignities. I mean, there's several ways you could say it. Now, during this time, Louis Sonny also had a business partner, a guy named Dwayne Esper. And I had never heard Dwayne Esper's name, but at some point I want to come back and revisit this guy because I needed to put a name to a person I hated, and I didn't know it was this guy.
Whoa.
Because Dwayne Esper was an exploitation producer in the 1920s and 30s. He is known for such things such as reefer madness. Because he's one of the fucking assholes who was spreading false information back then. And often he would borrow Elmer and then put him on display for whatever the purpose was needed. Like this is what happens to a doper. This is what happens if you drink too much. This is what happens when you... So Elmer got to be the poster child for whatever they needed to basically claim that this is what happens if you do this, blah, blah, blah.
Thanks, Dwayne.
Yes, Dwayne was a shithead. So
Elmer was basically like the first elf.
I mean, it's kind of a little bit true.
Yeah, this is where and we'll get into it at the end, but maybe for now on the back burner, just have the word penance in your mind, and
So already there.
Fair enough.
We'll get into punishment versus crimes. So in the late 40s, Lewis' son officially gets Elmer back. It had ended up in Dwayne. And actually, another thing about Dwayne was a Trump-like guy, and I mean that in a shitty businessman that didn't pay people and profited off of lies. And if you don't believe me, go look it up or write us in at filmfolklorepodcast@gmail.com. I dare you. So let's go. In the late 40s, Lewis's son gets Elmer back, closes the museum where everything, Elmer included, ends up in storage. Now,
he's been dead for 30 years and now he's in storage.
Keep in mind, during all of this time, Elmer has completely mummified and shriveled to a size of a small child. He wasn't a big guy to begin with. He was probably like 5'2"-ish, something like that.
People were shorter back
Most
then,
people
too.
in the early 20th century were small.
And the 5 years
We're
that
much
he
bigger
was
now,
in
except for
a
me.
drier air climate of Oklahoma. Now that's answering your other question about the mummification. That kind of sealed the deal on what the embalming didn't do. He I'm sure the breezes from the roller skating helped a little too.
I can't believe they put roller skates on a corpse. Who thinks of that?
Oh my God.
Hollywood
So-
thinks of that.
Well, those kids had like the stick and the hoop, and so like
And
dead
meth
guy
had-
on roller skates is
and
like
meth hadn't been
top
invented
tier
yet.
fun.
Yeah. I think the cup and ball was revolutionary at that time.
Yeah, see?
The hoop with the stick.
Oh yeah, cup and
I
ball.
forgot about the hoop with the stick. Oh my God.
They
All right.
didn't even have cans to kick.
I know. Back then, you just kicked rocks. That's where the expression comes from. So the horribleness isn't over. In the 1960s, Elmer gets a cameo.
Wait, how did we jump 40 years?
He was in
20
storage.
Oh, that's right. He was in storage. Fair enough in the end.
He was occasionally pulled out, as I understand it, for some
Holidays.
for holidays.
roller skating
For some holidays. Yeah. So essentially, he gets to come out for his only theatric cameo at this point in time in a 1960s horror movie called She Freak. And you know better than me, but Boyd knows this movie without asking him.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure.
The guy's like an encyclopedia for horror movies specifically. And we should get Boyd on for that.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Good idea.
And or can Boyd just be at hand for like who wants to be a millionaire, phone a friend or whatever? He's a lifeline.
You have his number, yes.
That's true. So let's see. So eventually, the whole storage is sold to a guy named Spoony Singh, who is the owner of the Hollywood Wax Museum.
Oh, I know the producer of She Freak. I'm sorry, what were you saying?
No, that's worth it. So
Please repeat, I'm sorry.
So eventually, the whole storage gets sold off to a man named Spoony Singh, who's the owner of the Hollywood Wax Museum. And then
Spoony Singh.
It was on the
That's a
first
drag
season
name.
of American Pickers, by the way.
Spoony.
Really?
That's the
think
whole
it sounds
story.
like a
June,
good
didn't
drag
it?
name.
Spoonie is actually I guess he would be like Indian Pakistani because I saw him interviewed in that BBC show and that's when I was like, oh, sing like it's SINGH. And he had on the rap. So a lot of clues there. So anyway.
Fair assumption.
And
She Freak is on Tubi right now if anybody wants to check it out.
also not shocking.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe She Freak on Tubi. So now, again, I'm glossing over some things for time. Spoonie sells off Elmer because, and this is, I guess, irony, he didn't think he looked real enough to be a guy with an exhibit. He didn't look real enough to be a guy in the Hollywood Wax Museum, and ironically,
Slap some paint on him.
He's the one who is real. So he sold off to the Pike Amusement Zone, where he becomes just a prop essentially in this fun house.
The fact that he got money for him is impressive after, 50
Yeah.
years of shriveling.
It's an antique.
Well, and the guy that basically
vintage.
ran the guy that ran the exhibit at the amusement park, I think he liked finding weird items to throw into things such as the fun house, and so
Okay.
so
He's in She Freak.
I believe we're now at 71.
Okay.
And so, or 72 maybe, but this is where the final maybe indignance happens. They decide to make a noose and hang Elmer's body, which if you remember from the very beginning, the dummy that was hanging in the funhouse was Elmer, who had been hanging there for several years. So we are back at the sort of presence of 1976.
It makes me wonder how slightly
that's
touching
bad.
his arm made it crack off, but they could hang his entire body.
But it was hanging there
weight.
for 10
Well,
years.
if it hadn't
in the
been touched.
atmosphere.
There's actually a little reason for that.
Okay.
Was it because of the atmosphere in the building? Or
The arm had been removed before.
Oh.
And that's a whole other thing that I didn't want to go too far into. But essentially, as I understand it, it was removed to make a joke. It might have been Dwayne doing it to Lewis, but basically using the arm as a prop. Ha, 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 I'm so funny. So yet again, another desecration of Elmer. And so the arm was, I guess, wired back on, and that's why it came off easily. Yes.
Yeah.
So...
It's been humid in the rafters, rusting that wire loose.
I mean,
I'm overthinking this.
Well, I mean, so the Pike Amusement Park was seaside, and a little history.
Salt
to it.
water.
Right.
The-
right.
so-
Erosion.
The Navy used to have a base in Los Angeles, and it later moved to Coronado Island, where like basically all West Coast naval operations in that region went to Coronado. But back at this time, like 60s and early 70s and before, there were still naval operations in LA in the form of like sailors on leave, hanging out at the amusement park, girls wanting to go there because the young sailors are there wanting to spend their money. And that's when it was a popular place.
Okay.
So when the Navy stuff moved away, it also killed the business. And that's where this park was going downhill. And then in 79, the local, I guess like city councilor or whoever, the development group decided to not renew the lease and figure out what else they want to do with it.
Now it's a mall.
And as I understand it, it took a long time to redevelop it. So I think it sat for a long time. So
So Six Flags.
Sounds right up.
Yeah.
This is Six Flags.
Yeah,
It's gonna be a
local
strip
people
mall
would
in
know
5 years.
as the New Orleans Six Flags,
Out in the east.
Wow.
which is finally getting something's happening
Is
to it,
it?
right? I
Yeah,
think.
it's probably going to be an outdoor outlet mall. With,
Oh, that's
you know,
right.
Just like in
God, that's it. I was really hoping we'd get another Gap outlet here. Good.
Nordstrom Rack.
No, good. Oh, see, now I don't have to go all the way downtown to Nordstrom Rack. Anyway, so
Oh, Americana.
getting down to the end of this. So Elmer, in the painting, that was kind of a harder one to figure out. I think it was just there wasn't one rhyme or reason to why the painting was
It was
happening.
probably in the wax museum.
Well, I think it was happening. It could have happened in the movie
Nice,
appearance.
yeah,
It could have happened at another
Yeah.
wax museum. It could have happened because like they were like,
I think
he doesn't look real enough. Let's paint him this Band-Aid color that looks like no human, or I don't know what the case was, but the coroner had determined he had been buried. Not buried, painted multiple times. So I take that to mean 5 or 6 at least.
so. What ultimately happened to Elmer after he was discovered on the set of the location set of the $6 Million Man?
I think that's a fantastic question. Once it was figured out, the mystery was solved essentially on who Elmer was. The coroner recommended that he get a proper burial. And so there's a specific cemetery that houses a lot of criminals at it. It's in the LA area.
Pottersfield.
It might be Pottersfield. I forgot to write down.
I
the
mean,
name.
most
Hey,
like Pottersfield is just a general blanket
yes.
statement of.
I want to say it had cotton in the name, but that's on me for not writing it down. But essentially, the coroner had a cool stipulation. He had two main stipulations. He said that this guy should get a proper burial, and also when you bury him, pour concrete so no one tries to do anything else to this poor man's body. So
there's a lot of weirdos out there.
well, he got a proper send-off. People that, of course, that don't even know who this guy is, got together and basically gave him a proper send-off, including a carriage delivering the casket.
Was
to
it a
Graceland.
stagecoach?
It was stagecoachy.
All right.
Did Lee
okay.
Majors go?
I didn't see Lee
Yeah,
Majors
what
in the video.
happened? Okay, so when they
So,
discovered
he's actually-
this- Go ahead,
sorry, go
Justin.
ahead.
No, go
Do you
ahead,
want?
Justin.
Do you
I
want
was
to
just
know what
gonna
happened
say-
to Lee Majors?
Justin, please come
I
back.
was just gonna say he's buried in Boot Hill
Oh, thank you.
section of Summit View Cemetery in Guthrie, Oklahoma, and
Oh,
his headstone reads, "Shot by Sheriff's Posse in Osage Hills on October 7th, 1911. Returned to Guthrie, Oklahoma from Los Angeles County, California for burial 1977."
Thank
that
you.
is incredible.
And thank you for that. So that might have been our first like live correction. But yeah. So they poured, I believe, 2 feet of concrete over the grave, closed it up, and that's where he is today. Elmer McCurdy.
Let's go get him.
This is one of the crazy.
Bring him
things.
up,
Kidding,
pickaxe.
I'm kidding.
Now let's move into some discussion here because.
But wait.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Okay.
you just glossed over. So they saw him
Oh, I
and then
glossed
they
over a lot
buried him.
because
So,
this is gonna
but
run
wait, I mean, like considering this is, we're talking about the $6 Million Man,
long.
supposedly on this podcast today.
Yeah.
What happened when they found the body and realized that was happening? Did they shut down production?
Oh,
Did
no
they
way.
like
No,
what,
no, no.
what happened?
No. So basically, the police were called, and because keep in mind they weren't shooting yet.
Okay, so it
our
wasn't in
department was still
so Elmer
there.
wasn't in continuity, is what you're saying.
No. Continuity was not disturbed by Elmer
All
being
right.
removed. That is a very good
Thank
question.
God for that.
But I'm pretty sure some craft violations happened. So yeah, when the police were called and the coroner came and they were moving the body, they hadn't shot there yet. They were shooting elsewhere.
Prep day.
Yeah, it was still a prep day. So, but that is a very good question. Yes. So, getting us into discussion, the first thing I want to point out is that Elmer's life after death is longer than, obviously, life after death would be longer than life. I'm trying to say, like, his parading around and all this horrible stuff was like over twice the amount of time of his actual life, and oddly enough, it's the more interesting part of his life, which I also kind of feel bad about. I mean, that's why I included the stuff about his family background, because the guy just had a sad life. I mean, like, I felt bad for him as I'm like learning about him, but then at the same time, the calamity of criminal activity is so comically bad that then I'm like,
And then he went on a posthumous adventure.
and then the posthumous adventure is so demeaning at set points that you're like, I don't know how to feel about this entire thing at the end. So I want to throw this to each of you. What's your take after hearing this journey of this guy through his life and death?
I mean, honestly, like, I don't do what you want with my body when I'm done living because I'm dead. I don't give a shit. So, like, I don't have that kind of, like, desecration kind of, thing. It's like, that's just a vessel that was being used for a minute and whatever's you as a person. But that's another discussion for another day. But I don't, I'm kind of like, I mean, it's gross. I think it's gross.
I'm with you, but this might be the exception for me.
I mean, this is excessive. I'm not saying that, these guys are totally justified to like do all of these awful things to this poor man. But like,
I don't care what happens to my body. Asterisk.
I mean, you don't want to go make a road movie with a corpse?
There's a few things.
I mean, that's an okay situation. If I die, y'all have all full permission. And look, this is on record now. Y'all have full permission to Weekend at Bernie's me, but just don't parade me around in some kind of vaudeville. If you're gonna profit off of me, it should be theatrical. So,
my friends and I have had this discussion about like the post-apocalyptic thing. I'm like, I have no interest in surviving that shit. I'm like, y'all can eat me. Eat me. I'll be delicious. I'm beautifully marbled. Like, I would be, just make me delicious. That's all. Like, you can take a leg and like have it be like a kebab kind of thing. Like
The days before she
shawarma, yes.
The days before she died, she kept lathering herself in butter and pouring seasoning.
Listen, my friends are writing the cookbook. How do you cook your friends? So look out for it.
That rugby team would really like that cookbook in hindsight. That's awful. I shouldn't have said that. Penny, what about you? Sorry.
Do you really want to know what I'm thinking?
I mean, like,
you're still thinking about his shriveled dick, aren't you?
No.
Okay, good.
But do you feel like the end justifying the means, in your opinion, for?
Well, in that respect, I think it was a little extreme,
right?
That he probably didn't deserve all of that, given a rough start in life and then continued repeated one after the other failures. And if criminal activity isn't working for you, that just may not be your profession. You should maybe move on.
He really wasn't reading the tea leaves.
But but listening to the story, now I want to make a horror movie out of this. I think it'll be freaking awesome.
There is
one. Of course there are. Of course I'm late to the party again.
Well, it's at least a stage play called Dead Outlaw, if not more. Justin, would you mind taking a peek at that?
Oh yeah, I got to make more notes. This is awesome. Dead Outlaw?
Yeah, Dead Outlaw.
Can it be called Hillbilly Elmergy?
Why did I?
It's a musical.
I should have taken a
It's a musical.
I can't even.
I timed that. Thank you very much.
That's dangerous, Heather. I could have.
Dead Outlaw is.
I almost had a spit take over this machinery here. That's not good. All right.
It's a stage play.
I believe it's a stage play. Justin, did you find the info?
It's a musical.
Nice.
Are you serious?
Is he ever on roller skates? Is the question.
Okay, we have to
dead
put
serious. Are you?
Is there a roller dance? Is it like Xanadu?
Xanadu! Oh my god!
But you guys have to see the
Is
you
there
just have to
video
see
of this
some
play?
screenshot. No, but there's photos, and I recommend looking some up. Yeah.
I think I'm gonna have to submit for this play, and we're gonna have to put this on. We're gonna have to musical the fuck out of this.
I mean, we could at least do a dramatic reading.
I mean, I don't see how this can't be a dark comedy if you do anything
have to
theatrical.
be.
Well, so yeah.
Dark comedy,
Here
we're
it
all
is.
That's what I'm saying. Like when you said horror, it's like
horror comedy.
Horror comedy.
Yeah.
For
Yes,
sure.
absolutely.
Like
No. So
what you got, Justin?
So Dead Outlaw is a darkly comedic musical that tells the true story of Elmer McCurdy, premiered off-Broadway in 2024 and on Broadway in 2025. Won Best Musical Awards.
Really?
Wow.
All right.
Yeah.
So it's recent. That's pretty
Wait,
brilliant.
it won a Tony?
I love that. I would use
It's 3 away
the
from
word,
an EGOT.
I would use the phrase
It just
train
said
robber
won
loosely
Best
when
Musical
regarding
Awards. I don't
McCurdy.
know if it's a Tony.
Oh, it's not necessarily a Tony. I think if
It could be an Obie. Was it an Obie? Because Obies are still cool.
Yeah.
Everybody likes an Obie.
Oh, if
I like
if
an
Elmer
Obie.
McCurdy could somehow like end up with an Obie or an EGOT, I think that
Obie
is.
and EGOT is like completely different. Obie's one thing.
I know, but I'm
EGOT's
saying either
more than
or.
one thing.
Well, EGOT's 4 and 1, Obie's one thing, but I'm saying if he
I don't
ends
think
up.
Elmer's writing any compositions.
Well, he is the inspirato of this.
Inspirato.
My inspirato. I guess what I'm getting at is that I was just abbreviating because I didn't want to have to actually say out Emmy, Golden Globe, Oscar. But anyway, here we are.
Wow.
So if he got awards or awards happened because of his insane story, I think that is somehow not
Honorary.
not-
An honorary EGOT
Well,
is what you're
well,
talking?
I'm thinking more of the cosmic balance of I think that rights some
clearly,
wrongs.
how do you feel about this? Because clearly you have.
Oh wait, I never.
I think
very-
incompetence doesn't warrant what happened to his body. That's where I kind of sit on it. I think the poor guy was just a fool.
I mean, if you're looking at it in that sense, I totally agree with you.
And then this is what happens to him as a result.
Yeah, but this shouldn't happen to anyone.
It shouldn't-
regardless,
exactly. Well,
you know.
Y'all can do it to me.
I mean,
don't
there's a
care.
few people I wouldn't mind anyway. So no one we know. Don't worry, they're much higher up on the totem pole. I'll leave it at that. So, Justin, what about you? How do you feel about this story?
I agree with Heather Ray. I don't care what y'all do with my body after I die. But also, yeah, this is a little too much.
Yeah.
And
Think,
scene.
you know, one or two, but the hanging is what kind of threw it over the edge for me. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like the final insult.
Yeah.
And just
I mean, using the arm as a prop.
Well,
that's
those guys weren't exactly of high.
Did the people that hung him know he was a real corpse?
That's a fair question.
Or did they think he was just some really bad mannequin?
Well, in terms of Sonny Singh, oh no, wait, I'm sorry.
Dwayne?
No,
Dwayne.
I'm getting his name off.
never trusted.
No, I'm mixing names now. Spoonie Singh.
Oh,
He sells him off to the Pike exhibit because he ironically thinks he doesn't look real enough.
No
And
matter how much
so did
paint
he not?
you put
Do you
on.
think Sonny Singh?
I think Sonny. No, sorry. I think Spoonie.
Spoonie. Sorry,
I
I'm
think
doing the same.
Spoonie knew that
It was a real human.
he was real, but the guy that bought it didn't necessarily know that, or at least I didn't find anything that was clear to that
Still
effect.
a lot of mystery around this story.
But Spoonie, the reason I think that he knew is because he bought the entire thing from Louis Sonny's son, Dan, and I feel like that would have gotten mentioned because the Sonny family absolutely knew that this was a real person at some point in time. So I feel like that would have been like, oh, here's a crazy one. You need to meet Elmer. And there's other stuff that I left out too, where like the Louis Sonny's grandchildren used to go play in that storage and everything, as kids would do, like going to play in an attic or something like that.
Tell their friends, come see the corpse in my
Well,
storage unit.
that's the thing. What one of the daughters was interviewed was like my siblings would go and like look at it and everything. She's like, I would never look at it, and she was like, I never wanted to look at Elmer, and it spooked her out and everything. So good on you for like having a normal reaction to a body.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, everything I said being said, I don't want to hang out with it.
No.
Well, unless it's Weekend at Bernie's.
No.
Unless there are roller skates involved, clearly.
Yeah, if there's a beach house,
One last thing, and this is kind of more video related, so I apologize if you can't see this, but when you think about him being stood up in a casket on display, his arms are down by his side, kind of like in this shoulder thing. So this is how he, not froze, but how he stiffened and everything.
How he was
so
embalmed, yeah.
You fast forward to when you were talking about like the position of the hands and everything. It's just kind of, that's the position he was in, because he was in a standing position in a casket, like you've seen the display of the old criminal days or whatever, when they would put criminals on display. So that's how he got stuck in that kind of positioning.
That's what I do with all my criminals. On display.
I mean, it's what we should do, right?
Heads on spires, right?
Yeah, well, I mean,
we're not. Don't give anybody any ideas, because we're not that far away.
We're
right
not
now.
far
So
away. That's also
let's
true.
just settle down.
yeah.
I'm so settled. I am chill.
I
Yeah.
know you
Zen.
are. I know you are.
So many bridges with no heads on them right now. Decorating.
Quiet.
All right. So, any final thoughts before we get out of here? I know there's meat on that bone, as I like to say, but that's
Jerky meat.
Jerky meat. Oh yeah, good old jerky.
Nice.
But I do encourage everyone to go and especially
I'm curious.
look at that Time Watch episode, because it's fascinating in multiple ways. It's fascinating because of the story and the details, but it's also fascinating because that episode in itself is now almost 30 years old. So
Right.
it has interesting datedness to it as well.
I wrote it down. I'm definitely checking it out.
Yeah, it's you take all the commercials out, which obviously aren't there on YouTube, and it's like 40 something minutes. So it's not bad at all.
We'll have a group showing.
Group showing. So yeah, any final thoughts? R.I.P. to Elmer.
Yeah.
Yeah, R.I.P.
R.I.P. Elmer.
Yeah.
Here, actually, one last question to y'all. How do y'all think Elmer would feel about this if he was somehow able to know before he died that this would be the outcome?
I think he'd be mad that he hadn't had a drink in like 80
Yeah, I would say as long as he has a bottle of booze, he's fine.
60 something years
Yeah.
without a drink.
Yeah.
Considering he failed as a criminal train robber, I don't think he would care one way or the other. He'd be like,
You would probably, I would imagine he'd be like, can you just gloss over the criminal stuff and maybe just,
I think he may have not been a smart man.
yeah, he doesn't come off that way. Or his just constant state of drunkenness.
Dumb as a block of concrete.
All right, thanks everybody on that note. Heather Ray, why don't you get us out of here?
Hey, film friends, it's your good pal Heather Ray here, and we need your help. And it's not what you think. We want your stories, we want your questions, your problems, all the good, the bad, and the ugly. And yes, correct us when you need corrections, which we will need corrections. You can reach us by email at filmfolklorepodcast@gmail.com. You can follow us on Instagram, also at Film Folklore Podcast, on Twitter and X and TikTok at The Film Folk. And if you're only listening to us, you can now see us on YouTube. Look us up at Film Folklore Podcast, and that's all separate words. Film Folklore Podcast. If you are feeling generous and you want to part with even $1 or $2 to help us keep going, you can donate to our PayPal via our website, filmfolklorepodcast.com, and follow the PayPal link there. Thanks, friends. You're helping us grow. We really appreciate you.
All right, thanks everybody.